Hello everyone, welcome to Sure Learning. So ratios and proportions, they are mathematical concepts that seems logical and easy to understand when learned. However, the practice of using it may be quite confusing. A student might understand that there are 2 red balls for every 5 black balls in a bag while working a problem on a paper. But they may not understand this outside of the problem. So these activities are designed to give students engaging practice in the use of ratios and proportions. Survey the ratios. In this activity, students will create a survey sheet of random questions to ask their classmates. During online class, instruct your students to create a list of 5 to 10 survey style questions that ask for information from their fellow classmates. For example, do you prefer dogs or cats? What color hair do you have? Do you have siblings or you are an only sibling? If given a choice, would you prefer to vacation at a resort or in a cruise or by going camping? So allow time for your students to conduct their surveys and gather data. Give chance for every student and see to it that every child asks at least one question. Instruct each student to develop a chart of the results that shows the question, the ratio of answers. Alternatively, this survey activity can be conducted in groups to decrease the time burden of the activity without decreasing the ratio practice. Round robin. For this activity, first, divide your class into small groups. Let's say 3 to 4 members. Use breakout rooms for this activity. To play this game, tell the whole class that they will have a set limit of time to examine the items and list as many descriptive ratios and or proportions as possible. For example, the ratio of live animals they see around them in comparison to the stuffed toys that they have in the house. So let's say it could be around 15:35 or something like that. So the proportion of cutlery, let's take it as forks or spoons, and it is around 20/50. So after the time is exhausted, have the students come out of the breakout rooms. As the first group to call out a single ratio or proportion that is related to the items. So the other team should say a simplified ratio and proportion. If correct, the group scores a point, and someone from the group mentions the name of another group and throws them a question. So if the other group answers incorrectly, no point is scored, but still the pointing of other groups continues. All ratios or proportions must be unique. If a group does not have a new ratio or proportion to offer when they are pointing to another group, that group is out of play. So the group with the most points wins. 4 in a row ratio. For this activity, divide the students into pairs or groups of 4. The students have to flip a ratio card and match said ratio card to the correct picture given to them on the sheet. If necessary, or if the ratios can be simplified, they have to simplify it. Students also use counters to make their correct answers with the goal of achieving 4 in a row. The next strategy is Cootie catcher or fortune teller activity. So to play this game, they have a little cootie catcher, or some people call them as fortune tellers. They fold it and then choose a character on the outside and a number on the inside, just like when you use this to tell your fortune. Here, in this activity, we use cootie catcher. We play ratio and proportions instead of numbers. The teachers have to write fractions inside the cootie catcher. Children have to choose 2 fraction numbers and find the direct or indirect proportion whichever teacher asks to do. The final strategy is Kahoot. So let's use the strategy to play ratio and proportions online. The questions of ratio and proportions get displayed in the chat box, and then each kid answers the question on their own tablet or computer. As the game goes, students get points and move up and down the rank. At the end of the game, the student with the maximum correct answer gets the highest score. So So these are some of the activities to keep your students engaging and active in class. If you want to know more, subscribe to our channel. Happy teaching.